Cara Finnstrom has been out there at the nightclub and bar and grill, the Borderline, all morning long, talking to law enforcement officials, as well as people who are desperate, coming early this morning looking for missing family members. Cara.
Yeah, heavy hearts all around us here as this community mourns the 12 people who were murdered here overnight. Behind us here, this is a command post for what's become a literal army of investigators. We have seen large groups of ATF and FBI agents, as well as local law enforcement, moving through. They are now talking with witnesses, collecting evidence from a number of sites, including the Borderline Bar and Grill, where this mass shooting took place. Earlier this morning when we arrived, before anyone knew how many lives had been lost, you could feel the fear, the panic here. The survivors we spoke with had cuts and bruises. One had a blood stain on his shirt from where he had tried to help someone who'd been hurt get away from the gunman. Now, here's what we heard from some of them.
I hear like the bang bang of the gunshots, and it just started going crazy, and people were pushing. We thought it was a joke. We didn't take it seriously at first. It's kind of like you freeze because it sounded like firecrackers, and you kind of just like everyone just dropped down to the floor.
And then one of the guys who was there, they started throwing tables out the window, and they picked us up and they threw me and my girlfriend out the window, and they carried us. And then I reunited with my friends, and I was lucky to get out. I was only there for a good 10 minutes, but there's like no words. Like, those are my people.
And I had people below me, I had people on top of me, there were people on all sides of me. And then the shooting stopped for about 5 seconds, and a couple guys that were closer to the bar but on the same side as me got up and started sprinting for the back door and said, "Everyone get up, he's coming."
And we also spoke with the sheriff this morning about the sergeant who lost his life, Ron Helis, a veteran, a father. He said if it had not been for him and his bravery, because he did get off some shots, he, along with another CHP officer, he fears many more lives would have been lost. And here's what he said. He wanted to tell us about his hero.
A highway patrol officer and a sheriff's sergeant made entry into the Borderline because they heard shots being fired and felt there might be additional victims inside. Upon going through the front door, the sheriff's sergeant was struck multiple times with gunfire. The highway patrol officer stepped back and secured the perimeter. The sergeant passed away at the hospital about an hour ago.
So much loss for this community. Peter, Suzanne, I can tell you that there were many more first responders here. Many of them left as the federal agents continued the work behind us to go and tribute that fallen sergeant. So close to home for them. Many of them knew him personally. So just a difficult day as they continue to try to investigate.